Hey everybody, thanks for watching and tuning in. I've got another video for you, and today it's going to be about flashlights, specifically self-defense lights. So I'm talking on-body carry, pocket lights, and gun lights. So in the realm of these lights, what I would tell you is you want to have both. A lot of people are like, oh, I have a pocket light, I don't need a gun light. Oh, I'll just get a gun light, you know, because that'll do what I need to do when it needs to be done. That's not true. You need both. If you're going to carry a gun, put a light on the gun, put a light in your pocket. At the very least, you're going to want to have a light in your pocket. Okay, the pocket light, your utility light for the most part, your self-defense light, it's going to be both, is going to do much, much more for you, much safer than just a gun light. Here I have a Surefire backup light. It's a little old, you know, I think it's pushing out 500 lumens if I remember right. I know the candela on it. It's got a pretty tight center beam, and it's got good splash around the center beam. It is tail cap activated. Okay, I'm a fan of tail cap activation. If you have a light and the only switch it has is on the bezel, okay, you're wrong. I'm telling you right now. And the reason for that is this. When you hold it in your hand, whatever method you use, whether it's the forward grip like this and you're putting your thumb on the activation switch, or you're holding it in like a palm strike, hammer strike kind of technique, and you have your pinky on it, the second the thing rolls, now you have to find the switch. Okay, the tail cap switch is here all the time, right where you need it. It gives you the hammer strike kind of grip like this, which you can do a lot with. You can marry it up with your pistol if you don't have a gun light. So you can marry it up with your gun light, or you can shoot separately in different techniques, whichever one you like, all or multiples. That's my own thing. It's no multiple ways to do it. But this is most essential because when you drop your keys, when the power goes out, you're not going to want to pull your gun light out and start shining everywhere, because if you do that and you pull your gun out, you could get charged with, even if you're not threatening anybody with it, if you're not doing anything but holding the thing in your hand, you get charged with a brandishing charge. And in Connecticut, it's not called brandishing, but in other states it could be. We have reckless endangerment, which is a felony in this state, and that's probably what they would charge you with, if not just plain old breach of peace. So this you can take out anywhere. You can bring this on an airplane. You can bring it through the airport. You bring multiple lights through the airport with your batteries, through check-in, check them all in, and bring it right on the plane with you. This can be used as an impact weapon as well. Put it in one of your hands, strike with it, all kinds of stuff. So this has a lot more use than a gun light. Now, if you can afford it, I'm going to tell you, have both. Get a gun light and get your pocket light. For pocket lights, there's a lot of them out there. So that's a Surefire. You just saw the backup, right? Then there's Streamlight, another very readily available and fairly inexpensive and good quality durable light. The Surefires cost a little more. You don't find them as many places. The Streamlights you can find just about everywhere. I mean, I know they have them in a lot of the large retail stores as well as online. And they're fairly strong. Now, I have had a couple Streamlights that died on me when they got salt water on them. And they were tack lights, so they were tactical kind of, they're designed for military and law enforcement use. And they died on me when they were exposed to salt water. And I'm not talking deep either. I'm talking surf type thing. The Surefires didn't. So, I don't know. Take that for what it's worth. But you have Enforce. Enforce makes a great light. I'm actually looking at buying an Enforce weapon light. My only hold up with Enforce is they don't have a pocket clip. And I like a pocket clip. So I have to look at some other means of attaching a pocket clip to them. Then you have Claris. You have, I don't know. I know some of the weapon lights like Mod Light and Cloud and stuff. But for handhelds, those seem to be the ones that seem to be most popular that I can think of off the top of my head. I think all those do just fine. So get a good handheld light. That's the one I had, was a 1-cell. If you get a 2-cell, you get a little bit more brightness out of it, or a little bit more runtime, or a little bit of both, depending on how they set the light up. I would stay away from crazy activation techniques and things like strobing and stuff like that. At the bare minimum, lights should turn on when you press the button, lights should turn off when you let go of the button. Some of them, if you click them, they'll stay on constantly. Some of them, you press the button 1, 2, 3 times real fast, it'll strobe. Or if you do a certain thing, if you turn the bezel a certain amount, it'll strobe. Some of it click on and off, like I said on the back. I just like simple. I just like to be able to just push it, hold it, let it go. It turns off right when I want it to. There's nothing crazy going on there, right? If I need constant, I just turn the bezel. If I don't want constant anymore, I turn the bezel back. And not the bezel, excuse me, the tail cap. I just turn the tail cap back. So to be simple is a little bit easier. I've played with all kinds of lights over the years mostly in my law enforcement career, and I've tried strobe lights, and strobe is a good concept. I think it'll work just fine. A lot of the times it ends up being an activation issue. When you have to do multiple clicks of a tail cap, just picture yourself trying to do that under stress, like high amounts of stress, without messing it up, without having to put thought into this, so you can stay focused and figure out the problem in front of you without having to figure out how to activate this, or am I pressing it 3 times, not 4, or 3, not 2 type thing. So that's my take on the lights. You do want a light that you can drop on the ground numerous times, pick up, and it'll still work. This Surefire, I demonstrate with it at my low light classes a lot, and I dropped this thing many times, and it has lasted the test of time. So this is a strong light, I can tell you that. I'll sit there and I'll flip. I'm on a carpet now, so I'll sit there on a concrete floor or asphalt, and I'll flip it. And I've got multiple lights, so if this one breaks, I just go grab another one out of my truck, or if I'm in a class, I have others on me and stuff. But I'm sure this thing will break. Surefire warranty, I can send it back. And this is not an advertisement for Surefire. It's just, the thing has lasted forever. Gun lights, handgun lights, okay? Here, again, I'm running Surefire. Surefire, the end-all be-all, no. I'm actually looking at picking up a TLR 7 or 8. I've heard good things about them, and I like to try different things. I have an Enforce APLC. I know a lot of people might give me crap for that. It's plastic, this, that, the next thing. It's going to die on you. It hasn't killed batteries on me. I've seen the ones that kill batteries. My APLC, mine has not killed batteries at all. It's on my Glock 19, and it has functioned just fine. And I love the switching on it, the paddles on the left and right side, the big flat paddles. I love them. I'm not a huge fan of gun lights. I'll tell you that right now, because when I present out my firearm, my thumbs sit up here like this. Whenever I have to switch my grip, it forces me, or when I have to move my thumb, which is kind of like changing grip a little bit, it makes me think. It makes me go, I'm not going to, every time I draw a gun, put my finger here on the light. I'm going to bring it up there if I have light, and I'm going to use it. But then if I don't have light, I have to consciously activate the light. Now, a lot of people tell you as you're drawing, flip on the constant. You can do it. I've done it. And when I was on the job, I did it, okay, under some high stress situations. It's nice to be able to just push one thing, not have to worry about, am I clicking twice? Am I doing this? Am I doing that? The paddles on the Surefires, up or down, is constant. And if you push in, straight into the light, it's momentary. I like it. It's nice. I like the way, I don't like the way Streamlight does it, where rock it up in one direction and it's constant, rock it down, it's momentary. I like this. It's kind of ambidextrous setup. So if I have to switch hands, it's the same process either way. But again, Streamlight makes a good credible light. I can't say they don't. They do. And I haven't played with the TLR 7s very much at all. I've used a few friends just playing around with them in the house and stuff. But nothing crazy there as far as usage goes. This, I've got hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of low light hours with this Surefire and that APLC. And it's done me very well for all of that time. Some people, let's talk. So you can see this one move, right? Their mounting system. They have the screw-on mounting system. Honestly, that's what I would go with. I did lose a light once trying to break a window with my flashlight on duty. Not the smartest thing in the world, but hey, live and learn, right? And it popped off. So one of my Surefires, but picked it back up, put it on, and went back to town. So why do you want a gun light? Because when you need a gun light, you need a gun light. So if I draw down on somebody and I can activate it and just keep the thing on, let it stay on. See, I'm not activating, it's just on. And then I can give them commands and I can just keep the thing on them and, you know, tell them what I need them to do and have two hands on the gun so I can have optimal performance when I'm shooting the gun because I have two hands on it, right? Versus one hand or trying to meet the hands up, something like that. I have optimal performance out of my hands on the gun because I'm not holding anything in the support hand. If I need to deactivate and move to cover, you know, it's a step where I actually have to twist and move. I get that. I try not to use my trigger finger for too much besides actually pressing the trigger. So when I go to activate this, a lot of times if I was drawn, I would push down and then finish my grip. I have practiced activating with my trigger finger. It works, but again, if I'm drawing out and I don't have to shoot, that's one thing. If I'm drawing and I have to shoot, I'm probably not activating the light. If I have to shoot, I can probably see my target and I'm just going to shoot. So that's the way I look at that. So I like doing it with my trigger finger better. And then deactivation, if I had to move to cover, I usually just grab and I twist and I move to cover. Or I move into darkness or whatever it is I have to do. So when you need them, you need them, and they're great to have. Weapon lights, get them. You can't sit there and go, oh, I lost my keys. Let me pull out my weapon light and start searching. Hey, neighbor, did you see my keys? You know, that's gonna end up with a charge, and you're gonna end up in jail, or you're gonna lose your guns or something stupid like that. This thing is not used for anything but pointing into the darkness when you can have a gun in your hand and be pointing it into the darkness lawfully. So, good setup. You notice I'm running fiber optic sights on my handgun, straight up fiber optic, no tritium, because a couple things. When I turn either my handheld light or my weapon light, it gives me enough light to see my fiber optics. I can't think of a time, I have not, in the 21 years I was on the job, could think of a time when I had tritium sights on all my guns. Think of a time when I had the opportunity to line up 3 tritium dots in complete darkness or in a lot of darkness on a target, even if I was just covering down on the target. Doesn't mean it can't happen, but these are the Boogeyman Customs. These things have been doing me really well. I've had them for a couple of years now, and shout out to them. They have a good product. They have good customer service too. These things have done really, really well in my low light training. So I'm impressed with them. They got the openings on top to help absorb more light. I like them a lot. So I can't say enough, but I'm perfectly fine with just straight old fiber optics. You want tritium? I get tritium with fiber optics if I were you. Or, you know, again, there's the whole concept of will I even see my sights, right? Under deadly force encounters, depending on how much you train, and you need to train a real lot, you know, for you to be able to keep your faculties about yourself so you can see your sights. Because if your body goes into fight or flight, if that body alarm response kicks off, you know, we as creatures, human creatures, we focus at the threat. Okay, this is not the threat. Now we bring these up between us and the threat, and maybe the really bright colors. We might perceive the really bright colors. Most likely, we're just going to actually perceive the threat. That's where a dot comes into play. I have some guns with red dots on them. One's green, actually, so green dot and red dot. I like them. This gun's going to get that eventually, so we'll see where that goes. But my carry gun will eventually have a dot on it. So I'm just being frugal about where I'm spending money right now. So that's it. I hope you enjoyed the video. End game of this whole thing is you need both. At the very least, you need a pocket light, pocket, purse, wherever you backpack, wherever you want to put it. But it should be something that goes with you all over the place. That's why I like pocket, waistband, something like that. And then as your secondary, you want a gun light, okay? Because when you need it, it's very handy to have. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. You know, hit up my social media, like my pages, give me some shares. Shares are great. Hit me up in the comments below, other videos you want to see. If you got anything you want to tell me that I did wrong or that I did well, that'd be great as well. You can contact me, cell phone, email, social media, however you want. And with questions or anything like that, okay? Stay safe. Have a great day.